Hello everyone, welcome to MathMug. I hope you guys are doing well. I think you tried all these sums. Okay, so let me give the solutions for all these problems. Have a look. Integration of e power tan theta into secant theta minus sin theta d theta. So let me open this bracket. Integration of e power tan theta into secant theta d theta minus integration of e power tan theta into sin theta d theta. Let me apply the integration by parts for this. So let me take the first function and the second function. First function as e power tan theta and the second function is nothing but sin theta. And e power tan theta differentiation is nothing but e power tan theta into tan theta derivative secant square theta. And sin theta integration minus cos theta. So finally what happened? E power tan theta into minus cos theta minus integration of e power tan theta into secant square theta into minus cos theta d theta. So you are getting minus e power tan theta into cos theta minus of minus plus integration of e power tan theta into secant theta d theta. You are getting like this. So let me substitute in the first step. So integration of e power tan theta into secant theta d theta minus, if I am substituting integration of e power tan theta sin theta d theta, result minus of minus plus integration of e power tan theta into cos theta plus into minus integration of e power tan theta into secant theta d theta. So I think this one get cancelled, and finally you got e power tan theta into cos theta plus c. So this is the solution for the first question. So your option will be e power tan theta into cos theta plus c. Now come to the second question. F of x is a cubic polynomial with the leading coefficient is unity. Okay, f of x is a cubic polynomial and I have to maintain the highest degree coefficient as 1, and f of 0 is also given 1, and all the roots of f dash x is equals to 0 or also the roots of f of x is equals to 0. Okay, so we know already the definition of this one. Whenever the roots of f of x is equals to 0, also the roots of f dash x is equals to 0, you can call that as a multiple root. Okay, now here is a one logic. All the roots, this is very important, all the roots of f dash x is equals to 0. Now f of x is a cubic polynomial, you can expect 3 roots, and f dash x is nothing but a quadratic, you can expect 2 roots. For example, alpha is one root and alpha is also the root of this. Now all the roots of f dash x is equals to 0, also the roots of f dash x is f of x is equals to 0. Let alpha and beta are the roots of this equation. Then what we have to expect? Alpha, and alpha will be the repeated root, we have to expect as alpha, and beta is the root of f dash x is equal to 0 and f of x is equals to 0, you have to expect beta and beta, then automatically it will become fourth degree polynomial. But we are expecting a cubic polynomial, so this case is not possible. Now f of x having 3 roots and f dash x has 2 roots. Now let me take, this is one of the root is nothing but alpha, and alpha is nothing but repeated root, and let me take alpha, automatically alpha will be the third root. Now all the roots of f dash x is equals to 0 are the roots of x is equals to 0, this is satisfied. In this case that is not possible. all the roots of f dash x is equals to 0, the roots of f of x is equals to 0 is not satisfied in this case. If you are taking two roots are very different. Now the roots of f dash x is equals to 0, or the roots must be alpha comma alpha, then only f of x is equals to 0, roots will be alpha alpha alpha, all the roots of f dash x is equal to 0, or the roots of f of x is equal to 0. Moreover, whenever alpha is the root satisfying f dash x is equal to 0 and f of x is equal to 0, alpha must be the repeated root. Now once again it is appeared, alpha is appeared two times, and here also alpha appeared two times. So alpha must be the roots of alpha appeared three times, so it must be a perfect cube. So according to this discussion, you have to expect f of x is equals to x plus alpha whole cube. Highest degree coefficient is 1, so that's why I'm taking x coefficient as 1 only. Now according to this statement, f of 0 is equals to 1. So if I'm substituting f of 0, putting x is equals to 0, you're getting like this. So alpha is equals to 1. So what you are getting? F of x is equals to x plus 1 whole cube. So you got f of x is equals to. Now come to the point. And the question is given what? Integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x plus c, and g of 0 is equals to 1 by 4. So let me calculate integration of f of x dx. What happened? Integration of x plus 1 whole cube dx. It will be x plus 1 whole power 4 by 4 plus c. And given g of 0 is equals to 1 by 4. So this is nothing but g of x. G of 0 is equals to 1 by 4. G of x is equals to x plus 1 whole power 4 by 4 plus c. To maintain g of 0 is equals to 1 by 4, c must be 0. So what happens? G of x is equals to clearly x plus 1 whole power 4 by 4. Since g of 0 is equals to 1 by 4, c value must be 0. Okay, next what is given in this question? Then we have to find g of 3 minus g of 1. Let me calculate g of 3 minus g of 1. G of 3 is equals to, this will be 4 power 4 by 4, and g of 1 is equals to, this is 2 power 4 by 4, and g of 3 minus g of 1, which is equals to, this will be 4 cube, and this will be 2 square. This will be 64 minus 4, this will be 60. This will be the final solution for this. This is the option. Next, come to next question. Integration of 2x plus 1 by x square plus 4x plus 1 whole power 3 by 2 dx. Okay. So what we can do? The derivative of this is nothing but 2x plus 4. So you can write this as 2x plus 4 minus 1. That is one of the procedure. And my choice is, first let me try like this, 2x plus 1 by, whenever this power is containing, just better to take common. So let me take common x square. So the output will be x cube. Then what happens? 1 plus 4 by x plus 1 by x square whole power 3 by 2 dx. If it works, then we will proceed in this way. Otherwise, we can choose another method. So this will be 2 by x square plus 1 by x cube by 1 plus 4 by x plus 1 by x square whole power 3 by 2 dx. I think it is working. Now the expression derivative is nothing but this expression only. So the derivative of 1 plus 4 by x plus 1 by x square derivative, what happens? So which is equals to minus 4 by x square, and this will be minus 2 by x cube. So if you are taking common minus 2, this will be 2 by x square plus 1 by x cube. So let me take this is equals to t. So if I'm taking 1 plus 4 by x plus 1 by x square is equals to t, then what happens? 2 by x square plus 1 by x cube dx is equals to minus 1 by 2 into dt. So let me substitute in this. What happens? Integration of minus 1 by 2 1 by t power 3 by 2 into dt. Now you can calculate the integration for this. Problem is almost over. Integration of t power minus 3 by 2 dt, so which is equals to minus 1 by 2 into t power minus 3 by 2 plus 1, this will be minus 1 by 2 whole by minus 1 by 2 plus c. This minus 1 by 2, this minus 1 by 2 get cancelled, so you are getting 1 by root 2 t plus c. So this will be the final answer, 1 by square root of 1 plus 4 by x plus 1 by x square plus c. So this is the final solution for this question. Next, proceed with the another sum. Now come to this question. Integration of 1 plus x power 4 by 1 minus x power 4 whole power 3 by 2 dx. This is f of x plus c1, and integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x plus c2. I think it is somewhat lengthy. Okay, anyhow, proceed. Since it is containing the power, okay, let me proceed in the according to the previous one. 1 plus x power 4 by, if you are taking common x square, then you are getting x cube. So 1 by x square minus x square whole power 3 by 2 dx. Then what happens? Integration of 1 by x cube plus x whole by 1 by x square minus x square whole power 3 by 2 dx. Now this is working. 1 by x square derivative minus 2 by x cube, and this derivative is minus 2x. So let me take 1 by x square minus x square is equals to t, minus 2 by x cube minus 2x dx is equals to dt. So finally you are getting 1 by x cube plus x dx is equals to minus 1 by 2 into dt. So according to this situation, what happens? Minus 1 by 2 into integration of dt by t power 3 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 into t power minus 1 by 2 whole by minus 1 by 2 plus c. So finally you are getting 1 by root 2 t plus c. So this will be the 1 by square root of 1 by x square minus x square plus c. Otherwise you can simplify some more. So this will be, by taking LCM, x by square root of 1 minus x power 4 plus c. Now you can check this. F of 0 is equals to 0. F of 0 is equals to 0 is nothing but, by putting x is equals to 0, you are getting 0. So c is obviously 0. Since f of 0 is equals to 0, implies c is equals to 0. Therefore, you can decide f of x is equals to x by square root of 1 minus x by square root of 1 minus x power 4. Now, you have to calculate integration one more time. Integration of f of x dx is equal to g of x plus c2. So, integration of x by square root of 1 minus x power 4 dx is equals to x is nothing but derivative of x square, and x square is involved here. So let me keep x square is equals to t. Once again, by substitution, x square is equals to some p. So 2x dx is equals to dp. So what happened? X dx is equals to 1 by 2 into dp. Now this expression will become integration of 1 by 2 into dp by square root of 1 minus p square. So this will be 1 by 2 into integration of 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. This will be sine inverse of x, I mean sine inverse of p plus c. So 1 by 2 into sine inverse of x square plus c. Now let me look at this, what the data is given. G of 0 is equals to 0. So let me find the c value. Once again, integral constant. Since g of x is equals to 1 by 2 into sine inverse of x square plus c, if I am keeping g of x is equals to 0, sine inverse of 0 is nothing but 0 plus c. Finally, you are getting c is equals to 0. Once again, c is equals to 0. G of 0 is equals to 0 implies you are getting c is equals to 0. Therefore, g of x is confined 1 by 2 into sine inverse of x square. Now, what you have to do? You have to calculate g of 1 by root 2 is equals to pi by k. So, g of 1 by root 2. So, g of 1 by root 2 is equals to 1 by 2 into sine inverse of 1 by 2. So, this is 1 by 2 into, this will be pi by 6. This will be 30 degrees. You are getting pi by 12. So according to the given question, you have to find k value. So your k value is nothing but 12. Okay, now come to the next question. Integration of secant inverse of step of minus sine square x dx. Okay, now we have the range of sine square x, that is always lies between 0 to 1, and minus sine square x always lies between minus 1 to 0. According to this situation, we have to calculate step values. Step of minus sine square x is equals to, the possible values are nothing but minus 1 comma 0. So these are the two possibilities. Now if I am taking my step of minus sine square x is equals to 0, secant inverse of 0 is not defined. Secant inverse of 0 is not defined in this case. So we have to take step of minus sine square x is equals to minus 1 only. So integration of secant inverse of minus 1 dx, and integration of secant inverse of minus 1 is equals to pi only. So I think you are getting pi x plus c. And given this is f of x plus c, so you decided f of x is equals to pi x. Now what we have to calculate? F of 8 by pi x. F of 8 by pi x is equals to pi into 8 by pi x. So you are getting 8 by x. Now you have to calculate the double derivative at x is equals to 2. Now the first derivative, f of 8 by pi x, first derivative is equals to minus 8 by x square. F of 8 by pi x double derivative minus 8 into 1 by x square derivative minus 2 by x cube. So this is 8 into 2 by x cube. Now we have to calculate at x is equals to 2. So this is 8 into 2 by 8. You are getting 2. So finally, final answer is nothing but the double derivative of f of 8 by pi x at x is equals to 2. That is nothing but 2. Final answer is 2. Next, come to the next question. A is equals to 2 power A is equals to 2 power log of 100 by x minus 1 by minus log 2 base 10. Okay, bring this minus sign to the numerator, then what happens? And this is minus log 100 minus x by base x, sorry, 100 minus x by x base 10 by log 2 base 10. So which is equals to 2 power, you can write this as logarithm coefficient is minus 1, so that you can write this as x by 100 minus x base 10 by log 2 base 10. Now you can write this as, here the base is 10, this is a base is 10. Now you can write this as x by 100 minus x base 2 according to the logarithmic property. And once again you have one more property, this base is 2, this base is 2. You have to write this as x by 100 minus x. So after the simplification you got like this. Next, what we have to calculate? Integration of log 10 base e into log 1 by a base 10 dx. Okay, this question is purely based on logarithmic properties, right? Integration, this is log a base b can be written as log a by log b. According to that, log 10 base e, and this is log 1 by a by log 10. Log 10 get cancelled, and you are getting log 1 by a base e dx. So according to this, log of 1 by a is nothing but 100 minus x by x base e dx. So you can write this as log of 100 minus x dx base e minus integration of log x base e dx. Since we have integration of log x is equals to x log x minus x, so let me use that. X is nothing but here 100 minus x, 100 minus x into log of 100 minus x minus x is nothing but 100 minus x whole by minus 1. Why? Because here x coefficient is minus 1, don't forget that. Minus, we have to write integration of log x, that is nothing but x log x minus of minus plus x. We got like this. So finally how much you are getting? When you multiplied with the minus sign, this will be 100 minus x minus 100 minus x into log of 100 minus x minus x log x plus x. So this plus x and minus x get cancelled. So finally how much you are getting? So finally when you multiply this minus with x 100 minus x, then you are getting x minus 100 into log of 100 minus x minus x log x, and this 100 will be cumulative in the integral constant, so that 100 plus c, everywhere this is integral constant c, so the 100 plus c is another integral constant, that is nothing but c. So this is the final answer. And come to the next question. Sin 51x into sin x whole power 49 dx. So let me write to 51x as sin 50x plus x into sin x whole power 49 dx. Integration of you can write sine of a plus b as sine of 50x into cos x into sine power 49x dx plus integration of cos 50x into sine x into sine power 49x dx. So what you got? This is integration of, you can write like this, sine 50x into sine power 49x into cos x dx plus integration of sine power 50x into cos 50x dx. And we can calculate integration by parts for this by taking the first function and the second function as like this. This is sine 50x and the second one is sine power 49x into cos x. First function derivative, that is nothing but cos x into 50, and integration, if I am taking sin x is equals to t, cos x dx will be dt, t power 49 integration t power 50 by 50, that will be sine power 50x by 50. Now the solution of this will be 1 by 50 into sine 50x into sine power 50x minus integration of 1 by 50 into sine power 50x into 50 into cos 50x dx, and let me write as it is, plus integration of sine power 50x into cos 50x dx. So this 50 get cancelled and you are getting sine power 50x into cos 50x dx, and this quantity both are same. So let me strike out these two. So this will be the final solution. 1 by 50 into sine 50x into sine power 50x plus c. This will be the final solution. Okay guys, all these are the solutions for this question, for these questions. I hope you understood all these questions. So this is Panindra Chaudhary signing out until we meet again. Thank you.